Hello everyone. I hope all are fine. This is Samreen here, and today I am back with the video of English second. So today we are going to start lesson number 4 as we have completed poem at sea in the house with question answers. So today I am going to give you the explanation of lesson number 4. So everyone, please open lesson number 4. So this is the chapter The Parrot Who Would Not Talk. This chapter is basically, or this story is written by Ruskin Bond, who is especially a children's writer and loved by children, and he lives in Missouri. So this story is about a parrot who would not talk. So dear students, let's see the first paragraph. When I was growing up in Missouri, almost everyone kept a pet parrot or parakeet. Sometimes these birds became great talkers. They would say things like study child, study, or don't be greedy, don't be greedy. Means when the poet was there in Missouri growing up, he said that everyone used to keep a parrot as a pet, and these birds started speaking something, for example, study child or don't be greedy. So these words were picked up by the birds after some members of the family or the household had repeated them many times in front of him. So, but our parrot refused to talk. So the parrot which was there in the author's house, the parrot never talked. So never talked means whenever the parrot was there at home, he never talked. We will study about this. Now he had been bought by Aunt Ruby from a bird catcher who had visited all the houses of our road. This parrot was bought by Aunt Ruby. Basically, there are four characters in this chapter: grandfather, grandmother, granny. Okay, grandmother means granny, and Aunt Ruby, and the poet. Okay, and the writer. So, here the writer is saying that the parrot was purchased or the parrot was bought by Aunt Ruby, though grandfather and granny were not keen to keep a caged bird as a pet. But what happened? Aunt Ruby insisted because she wanted the parrot by all means. She bought the parrot and tried to teach him to talk, but the parrot did not like her at all. The parrot never followed what Aunt Ruby wanted. So, kiss, kiss, she would say, putting her nose close to the bars of the cage. And but the parrot would back away with anger. Parrot was always angry because he never wanted to do the things which Aunt Ruby wanted. Okay. Now, next page. One day, the parrot suddenly from dived forward and knocked Aunt Ruby's spectacles off her nose. After that, she did not like the parrot anymore. Once the parrot did something on Aunt Ruby's spectacles and the spectacles came off her nose. And that time onwards, Aunt Ruby stopped liking the parrot. She started making faces at him and calling out, "You are useless, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance." She started using these words to the parrot. Now, what happened? Grandmother then put me in charge of feeding the parrot. Grandmother put the in charge means to whom? To the writer, and he was quite happy to take green chilies and ripe tomatoes from my hand. Who is saying these lines? The writer, the author. I also gave him slices of mango. This gave me the chance to eat a few mangoes myself. Okay, whenever he used to feed the parrot, he had a chance to eat some or few mangoes. One afternoon, while everyone was in the dining room, the parrot I gave the parrot his lunch, but by mistake I left the cage open. Seconds later, the bird was winging its way into the freedom of the mango orchard. What happened? Suddenly, he forgot to latch the door of that cage, and the parrot got this opportunity, and the parrot flew away. At the same time, grandfather came onto the veranda and remarked, I see your Aunt Ruby's parrot has escaped. The door was quite loose, I said with a shrug. When this was announced by the grandfather, and the no writer got very much afraid, and he said with a shrug that it was quite loose. He was talking about the lock of the door. Now Aunt Ruby was upset. I thought we would never see the parrot again, but a few days later I found the bird sitting on the veranda railing. Unselfishly, I gave the parrot half of my mango. The author thought that the parrot would not come back, so one day, what happened? He found the bird sitting on the veranda railing, and he gave his mango to the parrot. Now, while the bird was enjoying the parrot, Aunt Ruby came out of her room. Aunt Ruby came out, and when she saw the parrot, she thought that the parrot missed her a lot, and the parrot came back. But what happened? With a loud squawk, squawk is the sound of a bird, the parrot flew out of her reach and perched on the nearest rose bush, and he glared at Aunt Ruby's and screamed at her in my aunt's familiar tones. When the parrot saw Aunt Ruby, in the same tone what the parrot said actually, you are useless, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance. Same words which Aunt Ruby used for the parrot, the parrot used for Aunt Ruby. Okay, Aunt Ruby went ruby red. She got angry and ran inside her room, but that wasn't the end. The parrot became the regular member of the family, or you can say visitor to the garden and the veranda, and whenever it saw Aunt Ruby, it would call out, you are useless, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance. Means the parrot only used to come to the veranda to say all these words to Aunt Ruby. So finally the parrot had learned to talk after all. Okay, so students, here we have completed the story. Your homework is, you all have to complete your work, means word meanings, in your fair notebook. Okay, all the word meanings from the chapter number, from this chapter, from chapter number 4, and I'll be meeting with you with the question answers of this chapter in the next video. Till then everyone, take care.